Hello, welcome to the last part of making the 5-color balloon. And now that we have left the glue to dry out a bit, we can at this point remove our pegs. So you can take them all off, and hopefully our balloon is nicely and safely glued together. Now you can, instead of gluing or in addition to gluing in these bits, staple a bit if you're worried that your glue isn't strong enough. However, you will see the staples, and sometimes if your staple is quite chunky, you might not be able to push the staples quite far. You might also damage paper a little bit. So if the glue will hold it, all the better for it. We do need to attach our basket. That's the next thing we need to do. So we've got a little paper cup which is going to act as a basket. Inside you have a couple of pieces of wool. They should be in theory the same length, so check that they are the same length and bring it to the other end, and if they are, that's fine. We need to attach the wool through the holes that appears to the top. There are 4 holes and 2 strings, so we're going to push it through. So give it a little pinch, a little squeeze to make it easier to push through the other side. Try to do it so that you do it from the outside in, because we're going to be doing knots on the inside. The type of knots, if I pop it on top of here, maybe you'll be able to see better. It's just a simple knot. Again, it's the overhand knot, so we're going to just make a little loop, pop it through the end of the loop and tighten it. So if you try to do your knots similar distance from the ends, then you'll end up with equal lengths of both strings by the time you tie all your knots. Now, depending on the thickness of the wool you had, some of you had slightly thicker, some slightly thinner. Because the holes are a little bit on the larger side, as you just do one, it might not be enough. You might be the case that your knot might go through. So it would be a good idea to do 2 or 3 knots at the same spot if possible. So give it another loop and then try to tighten it. So do it slowly. There we go. So see, that's a much chunkier knot, and when you pull it through, it should hold in place. So leave the other one. You don't want to tie this one yet because you're going to feed it first through the balloon. You can do the next string first. Do it on the adjoining one. Doesn't matter whether you go to this side or to this side. You just want to do it on the adjoining hole, through the adjoining hole, because I will explain later when we actually attach it through. The reason for that is that you want them both. Let's just do the other knot and I'll show you. You want both strings to go through to the other side, on the opposite side. So this one's going to go on the opposite side through this hole, and this one here will go to the opposite side in here. So you will have it hanging off the balloon like this. By doing so and not tying this straight to the balloon string, you're creating like a self-leveling basket. So it doesn't really matter if one of these is a little bit shorter or longer, it will actually settle itself as it comes down. So find the bottom of your balloon here. So this is slightly fiddly because you kind of have to do it inside. So it doesn't matter which one you start with. You just need to feed this string roughly in the middle. So again, if you find your back, so there's your back. So roughly in the middle, across, underneath. So you go underneath can you see it? Go underneath the fishing line on one side, and then push it. So it could be longer actually, so you can push through, and then push it through the other side, which could be easier said than done. So you might want to use some sort of stick to prise it through. Get somebody else to help you to push it to the other end, like that. Give it a little pinch. There we go. So it's underneath the fishing wire in the middle, and the other string, other piece of wool will come the other way. So So there we go. So it's like that. Now you need to come back to your, hopefully this isn't going to roll off. We're going to come back to your hole, so try not to twist them. So you are going to the hole opposite, on the opposite side. So if you're trying to do this by yourself and no one's holding it for you, it might be an idea to get a pot or a glass bowl to pop this in. There we go. Now it's not wiggling anywhere. And take your, move it a little bit so you can see better. So take your other end. So we are aiming for the hole opposite. So we are on this side, so we're going to the hole opposite. This time we are also pushing from the outside of the pot in, because we want to keep our knots inside. So we squeeze the end, push it through like so. You can now make this a bit longer while you're tying the knot to make it easier for you. So again, over your finger, overhand knot, push it through, you tighten it close to the edge like that. Do another one to make it a bit thicker and chunkier so that it doesn't go through your hole. There we go. If you think, oops, maybe that's not quite right, you could do a third one to go in the middle. So push your knot as you're doing it so that you end up with a nice big chunky knot. You could, instead of chunky knot, pop a little bead if you've got some at home, tie a knot after the bead. The bead, if it's bigger, then the hole will stop the knot coming through. Okay, so that is one half done, and then we just need to do the same with the other one. So turn your balloon the other way around. So this one is now have a little check, so it comes like that. You can see it. So we're taking this end and we're going in the opposite direction. So we're pushing the string at a 90-degree angle. So this time here, so roughly here. So it looks a bit like that. We don't need this bowl anymore. So if you can see, so your balloon has got a string at the top to let it hang, and then at the bottom you have got, just look at this, at the bottom you've got your basket with the little string inside and little knots that you can't see when it's hanging. You can push, if you want to trim these, if you think they're a bit long, a bit more obvious, you can trim them down a bit as well. And there's your little basket. And because these aren't tied with knots up here, so they kind of move, you can move the string up and down. That will basically mean it's self-leveling. As soon as you pull your basket down, it will settle and it won't look like a crooked basket. It will be nicely leveled. And then you can put your little bunny inside, and you can put your eggs as well, anything else you want to have in your balloon. Here we go. Hope you enjoyed making this 5-color balloon, and hope it was fun. Hope it all went well, and maybe that encouraged you to make another balloon. So if you have some more paper at home, maybe you can make a 2, 3 or 4-color balloon next time. There are some instructions on the sequence of how to glue a different number of colors on the gluing video at the beginning, so you can pause on those if you're not sure how to proceed. But essentially we always start with pasting down the A lines and then follow that by pasting down the B lines, and at the very end, the very last one is going to be the B line. So you start with A, finish with B, and hopefully it should all work out. So thank you for watching, and hopefully I'll see you children soon. Keep healthy, and if you have any questions, just pop me a little message. Okay, thank you so much. Bye bye.